Hey, mama. So I really enjoy behind the scenes content, especially from some of my favorite business owners. And so I thought it would be fun to take you behind the scenes of my 2025 business planning. Gosh, I can't even believe I'm saying 2025, but I'm sharing my 2025 visibility and marketing plan, my business goals, the things I plan to invest in and not invest in and so much more. So if you want all the juicy details behind the scenes, let's jump into today's episode. Hey, mama. Welcome to Marketing Without Socials for Moms, the go-to podcast for moms in business who want to stop relying on social media to build their business and build it in a way that fits their current season of life. I'm your host, Andrea Singletary, a wife, mama of two, and visibility strategist for moms. Each week, I'm giving you the inside scoop on how to increase your visibility, leads, and sales through podcasting, email marketing, and collaborations. Ready to truly make social media optional in your business? Grab your chai tea latte and let's dive into today's episode. Okay, so I'm going to start with how I'm planning to market my business in 2025. So the first thing is I am making some changes with the podcast. So I'm going back to doing 2 solo episodes per week. And you may be like, okay, why, Andrea? That's a lot of podcast episodes. Well, I have found that this year, 2024, I discovered that my podcast was my highest converter. So out of all of the content I create for email, the blogging I've done, even show up pretty consistently on Threads and I've signed clients from Threads and everything. But I have found that my podcast is my highest converter. And so I'm all about working smarter, not harder. And so I am leaning into the platform where I'm seeing the highest and the quickest conversions. Compared to my email list and other platforms, people convert the quickest from my podcast. I have seen people convert in as little as, 10 days after binging the podcast. And even on the longer side, I've seen 2 to 3 months. It's working for me. And so I am leaning into that. I'm also going to be cutting out interviews. I love doing interviews, but just full transparency, I am a one-woman show here, and the interviews are, usually longer, and producing them, it takes a lot. But also, I'm gonna be real, a lot of the guests don't even promote their episode, and no shade or disrespect to them or anything like that. It's just that with my goals for 2025 and how I want to leverage my podcast, help support me in hitting those goals, interviews aren't really going to do it for me. Now, I do have a few interviews that will be still going out, I think, through to February. But after that, I have no plans of recording any other interviews for the rest of the year. Now, may that change? Yes. If it's someone who I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I have to have you on the podcast right now, I'm open to it. But as of right now, I'm not planning to do any interviews. Okay, the next thing as far as my marketing is I'm getting back to blogging and I'm so excited about it. I'm going to be doing 2 blogs per month. I'm going into this doing less just because earlier this year I was trying to do a blog a week and I lasted maybe 3 months, but it was a lot. It was taking its toll on me. And so I am really a big part of my theme for 2025 is simplicity and honoring my capacity. We have a lot going on. I'm going to start homeschooling the kids starting in September 2025 and just a lot of different things going on family wise. And so as I'm mapping out my business plans, I'm taking these things into consideration. So I'm doing 2 blogs per month.
And I currently have enough topics to take me through to the next 6 months. So take me through 6 months. So I will be good from I will be good from January through to June. And I'm really excited. So just to kind of share a little side note. So to get these blog topics, I actually worked with Polly Clover. I'm going to link her information in the show notes, but I hired her to essentially just plan out some blog content for me. So she, I filled out her questionnaire, shared information about like who I am, what I do, who I serve, and links to like my website and different things like that. And so she did her research. And so she, one, came up with the blog topics, but also did the keyword research for me and included some, main points of like things that I can include in these blogs and everything. And so I see her as being like the queen of SEO. She's really amazing at what she does. She actually led a guest training in the Social Media Detox Club, and the members absolutely loved her training because how she broke down SEO and blogging for visibility, it was simplified and it was incredible. So that's how I have 6 months worth of blog topics ready to go for 2025. And so I really want to lean into more SEO and drive more traffic to my website. And blogging is going to support with that. And I also want to build up my domain authority now for marketing without social media. I've really built up my domain authority in general, but now I really want to be so that when people search things like marketing without socials, marketing without social media, do I need social media marketing as a business owner? I want my website and my podcast to come up. So I'm getting that in alignment by leveraging blogging. And then I'm also going to do, my podcast content and then my blog. So it's going to be centered on those type of topics related to marketing without social media. So you'll be seeing a lot more content, even though I've already been doing podcast content on it, but the blog is going to be more in alignment with that. Okay. So the next aspect of my marketing, and this includes visibility too, is collaborations, which should be no surprise to you there. But one of the things that's different that I want to do in 2025 is I want to find more in-person networking and events. I am really craving that in-person adult interaction. So I'm hoping that I can find things like I'm even willing to drive. So most likely I'm going to have to drive towards the LA area. If you don't know, I live in Southern California, but I live like an hour and a half from LA, depending on traffic. And so I'm willing to drive, but I'm going to be more intentional about finding these different opportunities, especially if I can find some that are geared towards mom business owners. Oh my gosh, I would be in heaven. But I'm going to put myself out there. Even introverted me, yes, I want to do more in-person type of things for collaborations. I'm also exploring co-hosting some masterclasses and workshops. I have a couple of calls scheduled with potential collaboration partners, but I really want to do like some more joint things. I've led, master classes on my own and workshops on my own, but I want to do more collaborative work, really like looking at collaborating with people who serve a similar audience as me. So as a side note, if you serve a similar audience as me and you've been looking to do more collaborations, send me an email, send me a DM on Instagram. I would love to collaborate with you. We can work out the details. It can be anything from an email swap to like if you are interested in like doing a joint masterclass or something, hit me up. I am so down to do it. Okay. The next thing as far as collaborations is I want to host another bundle and for the first time host a virtual summit. I hosted my first bundle back in 2023. It was the Social Media Detox Bundle, which eventually birthed the Social Media Detox Club. But I want to host a bundle. Now, I'm debating on how I'm going to do this. Part of me wants to make it where it's just me and my members in the social media detox club. But I'm also considering opening up to the public. But I know I want to host a bundle and a summit, and I might do them combined. I've been seeing more people doing a joint summit and bundle, and it's very intriguing to me. I know it's going to be a lot of work, so most likely it won't be to like towards closer to the end of the year, like maybe around September, October. But this is something that I want to do. Okay. I have more. I have a long list when it comes to this marketing side of things. But the next thing is Pinterest. Now I'm already active on Pinterest. So all of my show notes, I create pins. Currently create 2 pins per podcast episode. When I was blogging, I created about 2 to 3 pins per blog. But I want to increase that. I want to increase it to doing 3 to 4 pins per piece of content. And so just making sure I'm doing it for every podcast episode, blog post, but I'm also going to make sure I'm starting to consistently do it for like my lead magnets, even services pages. I've been seeing more people doing that too, where they have a pin that goes directly to their services page. And you can do that, right? Like it's a URL that you can connect to the pin. So I'm definitely going to be doing more of that and really getting even more serious about Pinterest for my business. Okay, next is Threads. So I'm planning to continue to post on Threads, but I want to really get away from just scrolling the app. I have found that this year I have just been scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and it really stifles my creativity. It makes me often overthink my content. And like when I'm looking at other people's threads, I literally start picking apart my own ideas, and I can find myself talking myself out of posting. The other thing is like if I'm bored, I'm quick to grab my phone and start scrolling threads, and I want to stop doing that. I want to set better boundaries with my phone in general, but especially when it comes to threads. And so I got to step back. I got to take a step back. So I'm still planning to leverage threads specifically to drive traffic to my podcast and to grow my email list. And also just to share like my thought leadership type of content and different things like that. But I also need to protect my peace and not silence myself. So the scrolling has to stop. So I'm really looking to shift towards like anything I need to post. I'm going to either post it from my computer or I'm going to use a scheduler that allows you to schedule to threads. I think Metrical is one that allows you to schedule the threads. I got to do my research, but that is the plan for 2025. Like really just kind of take a step back from constantly scrolling the app. But I will have like set time when I do scroll. Especially, I really love engaging with other people's content on threads. I've been able to make a lot of connections that way too. But just again, just having better boundaries around it. Okay, now let's talk about Instagram because I got to talk about Instagram. So I've already pretty much kind of stepped back from Instagram. I will randomly post, but I really want to step back even more where I'm not really actively posting at all. And so I am going to put up a new grid. I usually do like people say, do a 9 grid, but I usually do anywhere from 12 to 15 posts. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But I am going to add some story highlights. And I got this idea from a few people I saw on Threads who have shared their thoughts about people who are business owners who don't actively post on Instagram. And so they said that they assume that a business is no longer active if their Instagram content is not recent. And so they said they would rather there be like a story highlight or a post stating that the business is accepting clients, but not currently posting on Instagram. And so that is something I'm going to do. I'm going to have that as the very first post. and also have it in my story highlights. I think the post, I'm going to just do a reel. That's what I was thinking. Maybe I'll do a reel, or maybe for the story highlight, I'll do like the talking head video. And then for the post, I may just do a carousel. I don't know. I'm still mapping this out. So yeah, I'm going to try that out, see how it goes and whatnot. I mean, at the end of the day, like, Instagram is not my main platform, and I make it pretty clear that it is not my platform. Like, if you want to find me, you better go to my podcast, get on my email list, something like that. But I like I said, I want to test it out, see if it does anything. I know, like, for sure the clients that I've served this year, with the exception of maybe one or two, they've all either come from my podcast, collaborations, or my email list. Okay, so about a couple hours after I recorded this episode, I realized that I completely forgot to mention that I'm going to be continuing to leverage email marketing in my business. Can't believe I missed that one, since that is a big part of my marketing and sales strategy. So I'm going to be continuing with email marketing. And at this time, I have no plans of really changing anything with it. I love sending 3 emails a week. My community seems to be really responsive to it. I'm definitely leaning into utilizing the polls in Kit even more. I really like doing that because it's a easy way for me to engage my email community and learn more about them and what they're looking for, like as far as like content and different things from me. So yeah, leaning into that even more in 2025. I'm also planning to join the Kit Creators Network, especially now that I have redone my lead magnet. I definitely want to leverage that. I've heard from other Kit users who've had really great success with that as far as like generating leads and everything. So I'm definitely going to test that out and see how that goes for me. But yeah, no changes really when it comes to email marketing for my business in 2025. But yeah, so that is the marketing plan for 2025. Now let's get into the business goals. So I originally was going to host a total of 3 rounds of the Social Detox Accelerator. Then I started feeling really stressed and overwhelmed because my plan, like, I have the first round starting in January. That'll wrap up a little bit before mid-April. And then I was going to immediately have the next round start because I didn't want it to run into the summer because people are usually vacation mode, kids are home, all of that during the summer. But I started to feel really stressed and overwhelmed. And I was like, you know what? Why are you trying to force yourself to do 3 rounds when it doesn't feel aligned? It doesn't feel good. So if you listen to my previous episodes, I've been promoting the accelerator saying, you know, the next round starts in April. It's not going to start in April. I'm only going to host 2 rounds. And so the next round will start in August 2025. And I've decided that for this offer, I'm only going to host it twice a year because it does require more of me. It requires me to show up live 3 times a month for 3 months total. I also include 3 one-on-one calls with each of the women who join the accelerator. And so it requires way more of me. And I don't want to do that 3 times a year. Right now, I don't have the capacity to do that 3 times a year. So I'm going to do it twice a year. And I feel so much better, especially after this first round. It's really going to, 1, give me the break that I need, but also to really go in and refine things and, you know, really be able to pull in that social proof for the sales page and all of those things and whatnot. So I feel a lot better about it. And then the other thing with it is that for the next round, I'm opening up 10 spots. So for this first round, I only did 8. But the next round, I am going to open up 10 spots. So the other thing was, and another reason why I decided to kind of go down to 2 rounds of the accelerator is that I really want to focus on growing the social media detox club. After I'm really like talking to my coach and getting some guidance from her, I realized that I want this membership, the social media detox club, to be my main offer, to be the main source of income for me. And the reason why is that I really love this membership. Like, I love working with these women and just being able to provide these resources and this support. Like, and I do a lot, like everything from finding the collaboration opportunities. And then I also do audits. So like they're able to send me their welcome sequences. They're able to send me their landing page copy. They're able to even have me dig into their welcome sequence analytics, and I can give feedback on what I'm seeing, what they can change to, improve those click rates and the engagement and, see those conversions and everything. And any other question that they have that comes up about visibility and lead generation, I'm able to provide that. And then I also find these amazing guest speakers, which we have such an incredible lineup for 2025. Like, I am beyond excited. Everything from an expert coming in and showing us how we can leverage article features for visibility. Someone is coming in to teach us how we can leverage and host our own in-person event for visibility. I have an accountability coach coming in who is going to be breaking down how we can really take into consideration and calculate our capacity as we're focusing on getting visible, making sure we're not doing too much. Oh my gosh. And a Pinterest expert is coming in to tell us how we can leverage Pinterest for visibility. Like, 2025 is about to be on fire inside of the Social Media Detox Club. Like, I am so excited. But anyways, my goal for the Social Media Detox Club, by the end of 2025, I want there to be 100 members inside of the membership. Is it a big goal? Yes, but I believe that I can do it. I am so excited about it. I love this offer. I love talking about this offer. I love inviting people to join this offer. And so I'm going to do it. Okay. Now getting into investments. So 2025 investment. Okay. So for 2025, I'm not planning to invest in any coaching support. And it's nothing against coaching. I've worked with some amazing coaches who have truly helped me in so many ways, especially like with mindset and learning sales strategy and different things like that. But I am in this season of life where I'm like, you know what? I want to go out on my own. I don't want any more coaching right now. I want to go in, implement and execute all that I've learned from these coaches on my own. So again, it's nothing against coaching, nothing against my coaches or anything like that. Because all the coaches I've worked with, have been amazing. But I just want to try it without coaching. And I feel like it's okay. Like, you're going to go through these periods where you don't work with a coach. And I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see how I grow and everything. So that's the first thing as far as investments. Now, I am planning to invest in more memberships. So I am currently part of Nicole Lehman's membership, the Expert Educator. And her membership is focused on building out course curriculum, courses, different things like that with educational design. And this membership is amazing, like all that she has to offer and everything. And so I'm already part of it, but I'm excited to actually be even more active in it because I have a few ideas for different things I want to create in 2025, like a few digital products and stuff like that. And so I'm excited to be able to have the support from Nicole. Now, the other membership I'm planning to invest in Q1 of 2025 is Stacy Braga's, I think it's called the Copy Classroom. Now, I haven't joined the membership yet, but I did hire Stacy to do an audit of one of my sales pages. And when I tell you, this girl knows her stuff. Like, she knows her stuff. Like, she is the queen of copywriting, and how she explains things and simplifies things and helps you to infuse your personality. Like, girl, she is amazing. So I'm going to be joining her membership. Because one of the things I love is that the audits are included in the membership, but she also has like different templates, especially like templates for sales pages and stuff like that. Because I'm going to tell you, sales pages are the bane of my existence. If I didn't have to create sales pages, I wouldn't. I would just be like, this is my offer. Do you want it or not? Because I hate writing sales page copy. I hate it so much. Like, I don't like it. It makes me sick to my stomach having to do it. So I'm going to join Stacy's membership so I can utilize her amazing templates. So those are two of the memberships one I'm already in, and then another one I'm planning to join in Q1. And then I'm also, 2025, I'm hiring a bookkeeper. Well, I've already hired her, but we get started in 2025, and I'm so excited. I hate bookkeeping, and I'm going to just be real with y'all. I am that person who waits till the end of the year to actually clean up her books and do everything. And I'm just being honest. Like, I hate bookkeeping. And so I just rather hand it off to an expert who knows her stuff and can do all of it for me. And I don't have to really look at it, like, unless, she needs to ask questions or whatever. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. So that is an expense that I am willing to make, because I hate it. I hate it. Just like writing sales pages, bookkeeping is right up there with it. So yeah, I'm working with Megan Hopper for bookkeeping. I will make sure to link her information below. But she is absolutely amazing. She's such a sweetheart, and I'm excited to be able to get started with her. And then I'm going to continue to be working with my girl, Tina Henson, for all my website stuff. Like, she stuck with me for life. So I'm continuing to work with her. And then I'm also planning to work with Felicia Pugh on really cleaning up my client experience, and really just getting things set up and automated for onboarding and offboarding, specifically for the Social Detox Accelerator. I have things pretty streamlined and good for the membership, but the accelerator is new. And so I really want to get all of that cleaned up and streamlined and stuff. And so I'm going to be working with her for that. But that is it for like my 2025 behind the scenes. I'm really excited about these things, and also just to really have, sat down and really looked at, okay, what things do I want to focus on? What things do I want to do? What type of support do I want to get? All of those different things. And so, yeah, I'm super excited about it. Oh, one investment I didn't mention that I'm contemplating is hiring a nanny to support with the kids, mostly on the days when I have calls. I'm saying I'm thinking about it just because I've gone that route before, and the person quit after the first day, which was really frustrating. So I'm not sure. And it's hard to find someone who's only willing to do 1 day a week, because that's what I would be starting with. So I don't know. We're getting ready to kind of revamp our living room and essentially make it the kids' play area. A lot of the stuff that we got them for Christmas is going to really help that area, make it fun and engaging, and really meet their needs, like especially my son, his sensory needs and stuff. So I say that I'm not sure about investing in the nanny just because I am going to see how this new play area works out and just the plan that I have for it. And so if they're able to kind of keep it together for an hour while I do a call, I may not necessarily need a nanny. So we'll see. That's still up in the air. But that is it officially for the behind the scenes. And so if you enjoyed this behind the scenes episode, I highly recommend you join my email list. I've been doing a monthly behind the scenes with my email community. So last month, I shared behind the scenes of how I plan my email and podcast content. And I even do a video kind of like walking you through and allowing you to see all of my stuff. And so they got to see like a walkthrough of my content planning workflow in Trello. And so if you want more of that type of content, and also my emails are really good. Like my emails are the bomb. So if you want to be on a good email list, then head on over to mamaturnedmompreneur.com/marketing without socials to join the email community today. This will also be linked below in the episode description. All right, Mama, I'll catch you in the next episode. Hey, Mama. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to hang with me. I would love to keep the conversation going. So head to mamaturnedmompreneur.com/marketing without socials to join my email community. I share even more tips and strategies for building a business that doesn't rely on social media and one that fits your current season of life, as well as more behind the scenes of mom and business life. All right, Mama, that's it for today, but I'll catch up with you again next week.